Hello and welcome back to the Lord Ganasher channel. Today we're gonna be reviewing emerald cards for the set Whispers in the Well. And let's start. Here we have a 2-cost Baloo, 2 ink, 1 lore, 2/4. I mean, it's an ally, and that's about it. I don't think it's playable unless you have shift targets that need this, so which might be the case, but on its own, I don't think it's anything special because there's no text. And next up, we have another vanilla, 1-cost, 1 ink, inkable Big Nose. It's a 1/3, quest for 1. Yeah, nothing special again, unless there's a shift target for this later. I don't think it will see any play. Then, next up, we have 3 ink, Flotsam. It's inkable and it's a 4/2, and it's a basic and quest for 1. This is more interesting because it might do something, though being a 4/2 is still, I don't think it's the greatest stat line ever. So probably not playable, but it's at least getting there. I think this should have more health because I don't think given like a 3 4/3 that's a basic would be too unfair. So yeah, not playable. Next up we have a 3 ink inkable car, Auspicious Super. It's a 3/2 quest for 2, and it has ward. This might be playable if you need a 2-quester with ward. We already have Prince Philip that's in that slot, but that also has a big shift. So this is kind of like if there's later a car that needs a good shift target, this is a good target because it has ward, so it's hard to remove early. So yeah, but if there's no shift target or anything, I think this will only see some maybe niche play. But there's already the Philip in that slot, so probably no, not. Next up we have Webby Vanderquack, 1 inkable 1/2, quest for 1. When you play this character, chosen character gets +1 this turn. So pretty simple card. Think the most utility you will have with this is in a dog deck with the 1-cost lady that gets +2 lore if it has 3 strength or more. So if you play that on turn 1 and then this and another 1 cost, you could quest for 3 with that. But yeah, I think this will see some play because it's just very simple and the +1 strength is relevant for some decks. And it's kind of like the Bellwether, which is also 1 cost, but you will need to pay for the ability. So this you don't have to pay anything and you will just get the +1. With that you will need to pay and get +2. Yeah, but I think this is good enough to see some play. Next up we have Finnick. It's 1 cost, inkable, 1/2, quest for 1. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to return chosen opposing character with 2 strength or less to the player's hand. I think this is good because a lot of green decks traditionally were bouncing things to the opponent's hand. This is another tool to do that early, and then later on you will just, this is like a tempo tool. You don't really want to play this on 1 because it doesn't really do anything, but there's nothing else you could, and then you could maybe, if you're playing blue-green, you could use this as a shift target for Baymax. But yeah, I think this will see play in some lists because the utility of bouncing things to your opponent's hand is valuable enough. Next up, we have Vladimir, 6 cost thinkable 5/6 that quest for 2, and whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen item. Yeah, I don't think that's good because um, if you really need item removal, you would like want it on a card that does it immediately. This will need to survive one turn on board before it does anything. And banishing items is very niche already, so like you don't really need that often ability. So now it's just overcosted for the stats. So um, some limited fodder, but yeah, not playable in core. Next up, we have Flint, uh, Flintheart Glomgold, 4 ink inkable, 1/4. Quest for 3, and while you have a character location in play with a card under them, this character gains ward. Yeah. Uh, there's already a Goofy that does like quest for. It's a 1/4 that quest for 3, but it already has ward. I think it costs 5, so. But to have a card under something, you would need to shift early or like have paid for a boost ability. Um, yeah, I don't think this is good enough because this is good if the word you have the word always, then this is good, but I'm not sure if that's very reliable to have the word on this when you want to play this. So because of that, I'm gonna say pass. Next up, we have Jetsam, Opportunistic Eel, 7 ink, inkable, 6/6. Quest for 2, and when you play this character, deal 3 damage to the chosen opposing damaged character. Yeah, the damaged character is very limiting in this case, so it's very expensive for what it does because we already have Vincenzo, uh, that is a steel card that does 3 damage to anything. Its stat line is a bit worse, I guess, in some ways because it's only 2 strength, but it has a bit more willpower. But it also quests 3, so and that is like barely playable, and like only improves till you see play. So I don't think this is playable because this is just worse in my opinion. Next we have Hook Hand, Unexpectedly Friendly, 5 ink, 6/5, quest for 2. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. So it's just better than the vanillas that we've had before because last set we had the vanilla stat line for this 5 cost 2 quester was 5/5, so now we just get an extra strength. I don't think it will see any core play, but if there's some green deck that needs allies, uh, then maybe. But other than that, no. But it's cool to see them buff the stuff a bit. Next, we have a secretive snake that is 7 cost, 7 ink, 6/7, quest for 3, and has evasive. So it's just a big meatball that has evasive. But at that point of the game, there's usually hard removal already that could be in play, and this does nothing on play. So I think it's just too much to pay 7 ink for something that only like starts doing something the next turn. So the opponent has a turn to answer this. So yeah, I don't think it's good enough. Next we have Emily Quackfaster. Yeah, 2 ink, 2/2, quest for 1. When you play this character, you may put a card of your deck face down on one of your character's locations with boost. I guess if there's a couple of boost cards that are playable, then yes, but I don't think. Yeah, uh, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt the boost is well elementary enough to have to play this 2/2. That doesn't really do anything. So next up, we have Flynn Rider. Rider. It's okay. It's a boost character. One inkable, 1/2 quest for 1. That's boost 2, and while there's a card under this character, he gets +2 strength and +1 lore. Yeah. Okay, so it's a 3 ink. 3 to that quest for 2. Yeah, no. Nope, not good enough. Next, we have Bellwether, Master Manipulator, 4 ink, inkable, 3/3. Quest for 2. When this character is challenged and banished, put 1 damage counter in each opposing character. I think this might have seen some play if we already were about to uh, we're about to get a better card that does 1 damage a bit later. So if that wasn't printed, this might have seen some play, but I think because this card is dependent on your opponent challenging into this, they can control it enough that if this quested for like 3, then maybe, but um, it's only questing for 2, so it's like if you're threatening to kill their board with Prince Philip, then they're just not gonna hit into this, and they're probably gonna outrage you. So I don't think this is playable, but it's like close. Next up, we have Launchpad, Exceptional Pilot, 4 ink, inkable, 4/4, request 1. When you play this character, you may banish chosen location. If at any point there's like a lot of location like decks, like over 50% of the meta would be like decks that play locations, then maybe you could play this, but only at 1 or 2 copies maybe. But yeah, it's not currently the case, and I don't see it being the case like in this next set meta. So I don't think this is playable, but it's a good option to have later for later when we have more sets that maybe we have more locations too. So this might see some play at some point. Next up, we have Penumbra, Moon Alien, 5 ink, uninkable, 7/6, quest for 2. Okay, so we pay, or we rather not pay, we like uh, sacrifice being inkable to get like 1 more strength and 1 more willpower compared to the other like vanilla we saw before. It is an alien. There is some synergy with alien cards, but I don't think this will help it that much. Yeah, I don't think it's quite good enough because going from a 6/5 to a 7/6, I don't think it's that relevant. So I think the 5 going from 4 to 5 will be a good breakpoint, but from 5 to 6 isn't that big of a deal in my opinion to play an uninkable card. So no. Okay, next up. Okay, we have the Baloo shift. So Baloo, Carefree Bear, 5 ink, inkable, 4/5. Quest 2 has shift 3, and when you play this character, choose 1. Uh, we have to choose each player as a card, or we choose each player choosing and discard as a card. So this is a reason to play the earlier smaller Baloo. I think this might be good enough. Because with a green deck, you're probably like taking advantage of each player drawing a card, so you will probably play a Clarabelle at some point to take advantage of your opponent also to get into draw cards. Or you will choose to discard when you are at 0 cards anyway. So when the Baloo is the last card in your hand, you will play this and then choose to discard. So yeah, I think this is playable. Um, but yeah, it's not like anything that special. It depends on like if there's gonna be songs that are like 5 cost or less to sing with this, or like five or 4 cost that would be like relevant to get to play early with this balloon also. Yeah. Next up we have Megara, Secret Keeper, 3 inkable, 3/4, quest for 1, boost 1. And while there's a card under this character, she gets +1 lore and gains whenever this character is challenged its opponent to this and discards a card. Um, so she is basically the is it Anastasia or something like that that already has this like whenever it challenges opponent chooses and discards a card, but it has more health and it only quest for 1, but it is only active if you pay the 1 for the boost. Mm. Oh, but yeah, it does get the 1 lore if you pay the boost. So maybe if there's if this card gets more support, then yes. But currently, letting your opponent choose it and discard a card is not that strong because there's a lot of amethyst decks that are gonna be drawing million cards. So choosing 1 card to discard is not gonna make a difference. So, probably not playable. Next up, we have Goldie O'Gilt, cunning Prospector. She's 3 inkable, 3/4, quest for 1. When you play this character, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a location card of your choice. Okay, probably not going to be relevant. Strike gold. Whenever this character quests, you may put a location card from chosen player's discard on the bottom of the deck to gain 1 lord. Okay, this is very good location hate, but uh, I don't know if there's like targets for this, probably not playable, but maybe in the future. Yeah, currently probably not. Okay, next we have Shere Khan, Fearsome Tiger, 6 ink, uninkable, 5/4, quest for 2, evasive, and whenever this character quests, then it's chosen opposing damage character. Then you may put 1 damage counter on another chosen character. Mm, it is a cool ability, but it's gonna be tough to play a 6 ink uninkable that does nothing on play. So yeah, I think that already like disqualifies it from like being good. Uh, because it only also has 4 health, and there's gonna be a certain card in steel that will deal with this quite easily. And also there's already strength that will deal with this quite easily at this point in the game, because there's gonna be a whiteboard. So yeah. I don't think so. If you somehow were to get this rolling, it is cool that like it can banish a damage character and then make another character damage for like next turn. But yeah, that's quite the Christmas land that this will get multiple activations. So yeah. Nope. Okay. Next up we have Scrooge McDuck, Shush Agent. 2 ink uninkable, 0/2, quest for 2. When you play this character, draw a card, then choose and discard a card. And when this character is challenged, return this card to your hand. No damage is dealt with the challenge. Hmm. Okay. I think this is good because there is some value to the cycling with the draw discard, and this actually quest for 2, which is like a threat. Like this has to be dealt with, and it will probably like get back to your hand because there's not. I mean, there is fire the cannons, and then you're sad, but yeah, I mean, depends on how much steel is gonna be like dominating with like removals. Yeah, I could see this going either way, but like if steel is not like a huge portion of the meta, then this is good because it can like put pressure, and this will probably go into some like very aggressive deck that will. This is kind of like card draw because you will get to like replay this like every turn or every other turn because it will need to dry and then you get the quest. But yeah, I think this is a good card, but yeah, depends on lot on like if steel is gonna be just uh, dominating. Next up we have Akela, first runner. It's a 3 inkable 2/5. Quest for 1 and ability reads pay 1 ink. This character gets +1 strength this turn. Okay. And it's repeatable. So it's the same as the Stitch we had before, that is a 1/3. That also has this like ability to uh, put ink, turn ink into 1 strength per ink. But yeah, it's on a 2/5 now. I don't think that's very good. Not not playable in constructed, I think. Uh, but probably okay in limited, or at least like yeah, probably good in limited. Next up, we have Goofy Emerald Champion. Okay, so 5 ink uninkable, 3/5 quest for 2. So this is the Emerald payoff. Let's see what it is. Whenever one of your other Emerald characters challenge and banish the challenging character, and your other Emerald characters gain ward. Okay, gaining ward is good. Rather, whenever challenge and banish the challenge character. I mean that's good too, but yeah, both of those abilities are good. I'm just wondering if this is just gonna get removed because it doesn't have ward itself, so you would need to play 2 of these to gain like each of them would give ward to each other, but it's probably unlikely. Hmm. I mean, if the opponent somehow couldn't answer this, then it will be really. It's kind of like Winnie. We had in set 8, the Steel Bird. That was if the opponent like killed your other characters or like banished them, you would gain 1 lore per character banished. So this is even stronger because they would need to banish everything that is challenging. Mm, Winnie saw some play, but Winnie was also much cheaper because it was only 3. Yeah, probably not gonna be playable just because of the cost. If it was like a bit cheaper and less stats, like maybe 4 ink and 1/5, then I would think this is good. But with 5 cost, it's a lot to pay for something. Again, I I always have my doubts on cards that don't do anything on play. So this doesn't. I mean, it does give ward to everything on play, like to every other MR card. So it does do something on play, like in theory. But yeah, okay, I'm still gonna say no, but it's close. It's cool though. Maybe yeah, because compared to I mean, it's quite similar to the Amber card I liked, the Mickey Mouse. Um, but the big difference is the Mickey Mouse was 4 ink and inkable, mm, while this is 5 and uninkable. And I mean, giving +1 or +2 willpower could be like, I don't know if it's better or worse than like this ability. Probably depends a bit on the situation. But this does give ward also. Um, but yeah, they both have the same amount of willpower, so yeah, I don't think this is I don't think this is good enough. Just because it costs too much. Next up, we have Little John, Impermanent Outlaw. 6 uninkable, 4/5. Quest for 3, boost 3, and whenever you put a card under this character, ready him. Okay, so let's play this big boy, and then next turn we're about to quest for 9. Wow. Um, okay, back in reality, we pay 6 for this, and then this gets removed. Then we're sad. Mm, yeah. It does have 5 health, which is like, I mean, I want to say this might survive sometimes, but in which case this is good. But if it doesn't survive, it's really bad. But at least this ability is impactful enough to like warrant a second look because. All right, no, we don't quest for 9 because boost was only once during your turn. Okay, never mind. We're only questing for 6, which is a lot, but yeah, okay. And then this gets killed unless we always want to quest because we at any moment this could get okay, nope. If boost was like if you could do it multiple times then yes, but okay, it's only once your turn once during it, so yeah, I don't think it's good enough. Okay, next up we have Webby Vanderquack, Junior Prospector, 4 inkable, 2/4 quest for 2, shift 2. We had 1 cost before. That this could shift onto. It has ward, and whenever this character quests, if an opponent has more cards in their ink vault than do you may put the top card of your deck into your ink vault face down and exert it. Okay. So this is kind of awkward because if you're shifting this on turn 2, uh, even if you're on the draw, you won't get the ability of unless your opponent is playing Sapphire and has ramped on 2, in which case you will get the ability of, and this is very good. But against any other deck, or even against Sapphire when we are on the play, we don't get the ability. Well, we could like still like just leave this ready, and it has ward, so it's not gonna get removed. And then next turn we first quest with this, and then we ink a card. So I think okay, so that makes it better. I think this is good because it's an early shift and it could sing like Forgotten songs too if you need to. And it has ward, so ward on turn 2 is just like nothing will deal with this. So yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, because we could even play this in blue green and maybe shift this on 2 and then quest and then like ramp with the other cards and then like do double ramp on 3. Next up we have So Be It. It's a 2 inkable action. Which reads each of your character gains gets +1 strength this turn. You may banish chosen item. Yeah, no. Nope, not worth it. Yeah, no. Okay, next card. Trust in Me. It's an action song. 6 ink uninkable. And it says choose one. Each opposing character gets -1 lower until the start of your next turn. Or each opponent chooses and discards 2 cards. Okay, that's much better. Um, discarding 2 is very strong. So thinking we could do this probably in blue-green because kind of want to ramp and get to do this on like maybe turn 3 or 4. Mm, we we want to discard when the opponent has 2 cards in hand, so it will depend a bit on play draw and if the opponent has drawn cards. But getting to discard 2 cards for free if we sing this uh, is like super good. And this could be hard cast, even like paying 6 to discard the opponent to 0. If there are 2, it's definitely worth it. So it's a shame we don't have. Well, I don't think. Well, shame for this card that we don't have Prince John anymore. So we don't get to draw the cards from that. But even without it, I think discarding 2 cards is still very strong because um, we are going like 1 for 2 in resources, and we get, because this is a song, we get to do this without a tempo loss too. So we could sing this and then play something else. So we are going up in resources and we are also like not losing tempo. So I think this is a very good card. And maybe like against aggro, we could also use this -1 lower ability sometimes to delay 1 turn and then get the board wipe. So I think this is a good card. Definitely will try to use it. And I think it will save the trust in me. Next up, we have Chomp. It's a 1-cost inkable action that we deal 2 damage to chosen damage character. I really hate the damaged character limitation. So, yeah. I mean, Fire the Cannons was good card in last meta, but dealing 2 to anything is much, much better than dealing 2 to a damaged character. So, yeah, I don't think this is playable because we don't want to go 1 for 1 with this card. Like, if we want a card that goes 1 for 1, we want it to not have this limitation of being damaged. Especially in the early game, because in the early game, your targets usually are like not damaged, and you will just try to kill some 1 or 2 health thing. So, yeah. Nope. Next up, okay, we have a cool card. Malicious, Mean, and Scary. It's a 3-ink inkable action zone that says put 1 damage counter on each opposing character. So this is what I was talking about earlier with the card that also dealt 1 damage. But this is a much better card because we don't have to rely on our opponent to do the thing. We just get to play this, and all the opponent's characters are damaged now. And we can also like sing this, and it's like a pretty like it's been discussed a lot. Like this goes into with Prince Philip and big shift Prince Philip, so you could like just sing this and shift and play the board. It is a 3-card combo, or I mean 2-card combo if you don't cut the shift, but yeah. But it's very strong, and I think it will see play. It remains to be seen how strong it is in the end. Like if the deck can like it's fine to like clear the opponent's board. It's very good, but you also have to win the game afterwards. But yeah, I think it's good, and but this will definitely be paired with the Prince Philip. I don't think this on its own is like good enough. Though it is usable in such situations, it is pretty like reliant on you actually like playing the big Prince Philip that destroys enemy damage character. So it's a bit limited in that way, but still because it's a song, you can like do some cool tempo plays with this. So I think it's a good card. Potion of Malice. It's a three cost unequal item that says first ability is exert, pay one. You can put one damage counter on total character. And the other ability is exert, banish this item. Its opponent damage character gains reckless until the next turn. Okay, I like this card because I like super grindy games, but I'm a realist, and in reality, I don't think paying 4 to put them 1 damage on something is something you can afford to do. You can. That's so much tempo loss. If at some point item decks come become cool again, and you get to like get this for free from the what is the I'm forgetting the name of the 2-cost card that Oswald, yeah. If you get to play Oswald and then get this for free, then it's good. But if you need to actually pay the 3 cost, it's very bad and it's uninkable, so you will be stuck with this in hand and you will need to play it at some point, and then yeah, don't think games are that grindy that you are like wishing you could like spend the ink to put 1 damage each turn or something. So yeah, not good enough in my opinion. Next up we have Inscrutable Map. 3 inkable item. It says exert, pay 1, and chosen opposing character gets -1 lore until the start of the next turn. What is this? Am I missing something? We pay 4 to give something -1. I mean, yeah, we can replay this, but yeah, no, 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 no. I mean, if this is an anti-aggro card, but if you're an aggro player, you love to see your opponent play this and pay 1 each turn to like get the -1. I mean, why would you ever do this to yourself? Yeah, nope, unplayable. Next up, we have another item. It's 2-cost, uninkable, Enigmatic Inccaster. And the ability is exert. If you play 2 or more cards this turn, gain 1 lore. Okay, this is more like it. I mean, if there's a deck, a green deck that is an aggro deck that can sustain like maybe with the news, was it a Scrooge, the card that bounce to your hand? Yeah, this Scrooge McDuck, a 0/2. This gives you always a card to play, in theory. So maybe with that, this could be good. Mm, it is only 1 lore, but maybe over time. I mean, probably not because it's uninkable. So if you just get stuck with this in hand, I don't think that you can play this on turn 2. We probably want to play it maybe on 3 or 4, and then like play this and something else, then activate it, and then try to continue to do that each turn. Probably not good enough, but it's at least like something. I could see it doing something. But next up, we have another item, Blessed Bagpipes. 2 cost inkable item, and when you play this item, you may put top card of your deck face down on one of the characters' locations with boost. And whenever one of the characters' locations with the card under Miss Challenge gain 1 lore. Yeah, this is much worse. I don't. I mean, technically, this is free if you like are playing some boost character that boosts 2 or more, and then you don't need to pay the boost. You just pay this, and you get this extra ability on top. But yeah, it doesn't replace itself, so it's just without a lot of boost cards, it's just dead. It's at least thinkable, but yeah, no, unblessed Bagpipes. Last but not least, from these cards, I think there's a couple more that are not on Dreamborn. We have White Agony Plains. It's a location, final locations. 2 inkable location. Has 7 willpower, cost 1 to move there. This location gets +1 lore for each character here. But it doesn't have any lore to begin with, so probably goes in some meme deck with cards that pull cards into locations. It has 7 health, which is like beefy enough to stay alive in the early game. So maybe Goofy, like you have the new Goofy that moves things into locations, and then maybe something else. I don't think this is like meta relevant, but it's cool. Yeah, that's all the Emerald cards. Let's see you in the next video when we are gonna tackle Ruby cards. See ya.